Around 1500 years ago, a king was crossing the Pir Panjal mountains with his massive army. One day, he heard the terrifying cries of an elephant. The elephant had fallen off a high cliff. Now, this king was extremely cruel. Hearing the elephant's cries brought him so much pleasure that he ordered 100 more elephants to be pushed off the cliff. This story is mentioned by the Kashmiri historian Kalhana in the Rajtarangini, which was written in the 12th century. Apart from this, the incident is also referenced in the Enai-Kabri. Both these texts refer to the same king, Mehirkul. When it comes to foreign invasions on India, our memory goes far back, yet often misses the closer details, even though India has faced dozens of foreign invasions, and not all of the same kind. Foreign invasions began even before the Common Era. For instance, Alexander's invasion was also a foreign attack. After Alexander, more Greeks came. Then came the Shakas. After them, the Kushans. And then came the invasions of the Huns between the 2nd and 6th centuries. So, the first question that arises is, who are the Huns? The Shakas, Kushans, and Huns, all of them were tribes living in the plains of Central Asia. That is, the present-day modern Central Asia with its vast grasslands, tribes lived there. The Chinese used to call them barbarians, savages. These people used the plains as grazing lands. But as their numbers grew, land started falling short. So these tribes began moving either towards Europe or eastwards toward China and India. They first passed through the Tarim Basin, which is now the Xinjiang province of China, then moved into Gandhara, and finally entered India via the Pir Panjal route. Now the next question is, why did they come to India? The answer is quite simple. Because India had rivers, fertile land, forests, and good weather. Central Asia may be vast, but it has a harsh climate. India has a temperate climate. Crops could be grown. You could harvest 3 times a year. It had excellent, fertile land. The first Huns who entered India were called the Kidorite Huns. The Huns were not a single tribe or race. While the Kidorite Huns were entering India, another who named Attila was attacking Europe. European historians still refer to Attila as the scourge of God. He was extremely cruel and destroyed everything in his path. The Kidorites acted similarly in India. After the Kidorites, the Hephthalite Huns came to India, followed by the Alkan Huns and then the Nazak Huns. Ancient Indian texts refer to the Huns in various ways. In the 6th century, Varmihira in Brihad Sanhita mentions the Shwet, white, Huns. He also refers to green Huns in North India, indicating that multiple Hu tribes coexisted in India during the same period. The Mahabharata even mentions the Huns. When Duryodhan returns from Indraprasth, he refers to Huns and other tribes standing at Yudhishthir's gates, not allowing him in. Nakul is also said to have conquered a Hu kingdom. In addition, in the epic Raghuvamsa, Kalidasa, while describing Lord Ram's ancestors, writes how King Raghu defeated a Hu kingdom located on the banks of the Vamsu river. Now the next question is, how did they invade India? The reason has already been discussed. As mentioned earlier, the Kidorite Huns came first. They were named after their king, Kidara. This tribe traveled from Siberia, passing through Gandhara to reach India. Chinese texts like the Book of W mention this. According to them, due to a conflict with another tribe, the Kidorites moved toward Afghanistan. There, King Kidara built his army and crossed the Hindu Kush to attack North India. Kidara captured Gandhara and 5 other northern Indian states. A pillar inscription found in Ghazipur district of Uttar Pradesh mentions the first Hu invasion. This pillar belongs to the Gupta period and was erected during the reign of Emperor Skandagupta, dating between 455 and 467 CE. A rock inscription found in Junagadh, Gujarat also confirms that Skandagupta fought the Huns. After the Kidorites, the next Huns to come were the Alkan Huns. The Kashmiri historian Kalhana in Rajtarangini mentions an Alkan Hu king named Tunjina. Kalhana also refers to Tunjina by another name, Shreshthsena Tunjina. Shreshthsena Tunjina established the Alkan Hu Empire in North India. After him, the next Alkan Hu king was Tormana. During Tormana's reign, in the 5th century, he established rule over a large part of India. Evidence of this is found in an inscription from Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, where Tormana is titled Maharajadhiraja. This shows how deep the Huns had penetrated into India. Vidisha is near Bhopal. Copper plates found in 1974 in Dahod district of Gujarat mention how Tormana conquered Gujarat and Malwa. After Tormana, the next Hu king was Mehirkul. The Chinese traveler Song Yu visited Mehirkul's court. According to Song Yu, Mehirkul had an army of elephants, 700 elephants. Each elephant carried 10 men equipped with spears and swords. They even fitted a kind of blade on the elephants' trunks so they could kill enemies. These elephants were specially trained. At this point in history, another logical question arises. Why didn't Indian kings stop the Huns? Did they even try? The answer is, yes, they did try. When the Huns came to India, the Gupta dynasty was in power. They were the strongest force at the time. But due to the invasions, the Gupta empire started shrinking. There came a time when Gupta rulers had to pay taxes to the Huns. But then, in the 6th century, the Huns faced their first major defeat. In the Malwa region, there was a dynasty called the Aulikaras. Their king Prakashtaman defeated Tormana in battle and pushed the Huns back to Punjab. However, Tormana's son Mehirkul returned with his army. Mehirkul faced Prakashtaman's son Yashodharman in battle, who was also supported by the Gupta ruler Narsingh Gupta. Song Yu also mentions Mehirkul's defeat at the hands of Yashodharman and Narsingh Gupta. He wrote that Mehirkul tried again, but eventually his decline began. Around 528 CE, that is, nearly 1,500 years ago, a fierce battle took place between the Huns and Indian kings, known as the Battle of Sondhi. In this battle, Mehirkul was defeated and had to retreat. According to Song Yu, Mehirkul later ruled Kashmir but couldn't hold on for long. The Kashmiri historian Kalhana writes, "The one whose arrival made the earth tremble." That same Mehirkul was eventually stricken with many diseases and burned himself alive in flames. An interesting fact about Mehirkul is that, even though he was a Hu, he immersed himself in Indian tradition. He promoted Shaivism. According to Kalhana, he even built a Shiva temple in Shingar called Mehireshwar. Mehirkul's devotion to Shiva is also evident from the coins he issued bore the image of Nandi. Mehirkul promoted the Shaivite tradition, but Buddhist texts severely criticize him. According to them, he persecuted Buddhists and destroyed their monasteries. Now, let's move forward and find out what happened to the Huns after Mehirkul. According to Kalhana, the king after Mehirkul was Pravarsena, who was Mehirkul's younger brother. The story also says that while Mehirkul was still alive, out of fear, Pravarsena's mother Anjana hid him in the house of a potter, because she feared that if Mehirkul saw him, he would kill him. What happened to the Huns after Pravarsena? For a long time, historians believed that Pravarsena was the last king of the Huns. But then a discovery in 1956 brought forth a new story. In the year 1956, a delegation from the Archaeological Survey of India went to Kabul, Afghanistan. Near the Dargah of Ratanath, they found a statue of Lord Ganesha. In a Live History India article, Ashok Chauhan writes that the statue was brought from a place called Radesh, about 70 kilometers from Kabul, and it had an inscription at its base. According to this inscription, the Mahavinayaka statue was commissioned by Maharajadhiraja Shahi Khinga. A bit more research revealed that Khinga was a king of the Huns and the grandson of Pravarsena. Although not much information is available about Khinga, historians believe that he extended his empire up to Bamia in Afghanistan. His son, Yudhishthir, became the king after him and was the last ruler of the Huns. The person who defeated Yudhishthir was named Pratapaditya. who went on to establish the Karkota dynasty. With Yudhishthir's defeat, the rule of the Huns came to a complete end. Thus, the story of the Huns in India, which began around the 2nd century, comes to an end by 670 CE. The Huns continued to live in India afterward, but not as rulers, they blended in as common people. India accepted the Huns the same way it accepted those who came after them. This struggle taught us that no invading force, no matter how terrifying, can ever destroy the soul of India. India was broken time and again, but each time it rose again, and that is the true identity of this land. Meanwhile, in the northern part of India, a young boy was going through the most difficult time of his life. His father had been murdered, his kingdom was lost, and his family was scattered. But within this boy burned a spark, one that would soon become a blazing torch. This boy would grow up to be Harshavardhan, an emperor who earned his place in history not just through power, but through foresight and compassion. In the next episode, we'll learn the story of the child who lost everything but took it upon himself to reunite India once again. And yes, to learn about every such event in history, subscribe to the channel. And if you like the information, like, comment, and share the video. See you in the next episode.